Hello everyone, I am Edouard Mellon and I'm the CEO of H. Moser & Company. I'm very happy today to be here on the digital platform of Watches and Wonders to talk a bit about H. Moser & Company and show you some of the novelties that we have as a surprise for you in 2020. 2020 is a special year, difficult year for many of you, many of us, and I hope that we can bring a little bit of emotions about what we still do here at the manufacturer of H. Moser. H. Moser is a 192 years old brand, and we produce about 1,500 watches here in Schaffhausen. We have about 60 people working, some watchmakers here. They're still working very hard right now, despite the difficulties, to make sure that we can deliver worldwide some amazing products. Today I would like to show you a few novelties, something very special that we have and we are launching in 2020. And I would like to start with our new collection. It's called the Streamliner. For some of you, the Streamliner reminds you maybe of the locomotives of the 1930s that you could find in the US. If you don't know those locomotives, just go online, Google it, Streamliner, and you'll see amazing pictures. Probably you would see the link between the design of that particular watch and those locomotives. The Streamliner is something very new for Moser. It's our interpretation of steel integrated bracelet watches. For us, it's new in the sense that it's a new bracelet, it's a new case, it's a new dial, it's new hands, and it's a new movement. If I start with the movement, we wanted something very sporty, and nothing is more sporty than a chronograph. So we chose the best chronograph out there. It's the chronograph called the Agenograph, developed by Ageno, the Widerrecht family. We worked with this family. It's another independent family from Geneva that we really appreciate. And independent families in watchmaking work really well together. And I'll have another illustration of that afterwards. It is a flyback chronograph, automatic. But you'll be surprised that you don't see that it's automatic. Actually, you can see that 435 components of this movement without having the rotor hiding the beauty of it. And that's something very unique. And you really have to look at the movement to discover that. If I look at the shape, very 70s, but at the same time, very modern. The bracelet is a monolink, very flexible bracelet, well integrated in a cushion-shaped case. The dial, of course, is a fume dial, very Moser, but very racy. Racing is a key element of this watch, because we didn't want to create a watch that has a chronograph function. We created a chronograph that gives you the time, and that's a big difference. So it really, really focuses on the function and not simply on the time. Even the hands are special. We use a very unique technique called global light. It's a ceramic with superluminova, so very three-dimensional, something modern, yet very vintage. So have a look at this watch in more details. I'm sure you'll understand why it's different, yet it is very Moser. Another very important launch for us this year is what we call the Vantablack series. For those of you who don't know what Vantablack is, I'll explain a little bit. Vantablack is actually not a color. It's a material. It's a structure that has been developed for the NASA to put inside the telescopes to absorb reflection. Imagine you're taking a picture of a star light years away from the Earth. If you have rays of light coming in, it would create a little bit of a blurry image. So what they decided to do is to create this coating inside the telescopes to absorb all those reflections and have a much more accurate image. Well, that material we're using on our dials. It's very complex. It's very difficult to create this structure. Imagine those nanotubes. It's a vertically aligned nanotubes array. If it was a forest, I take the example of a forest, the trees would be 3 kilometers high. So it's very complex technology that we develop in the UK, and then it's very complex to assemble. But it's something very beautiful to look at. Actually, your brain cannot perceive the black. It's so black that you cannot perceive it. So in that particular collection that I'm presenting today, we decided to put black hands on it. Not Vantablack, just very black hands. And what's surprising is that very black hands on a Vantablack dials, well, they look very gray. So that's the beauty of this. I invite you to discover our 3 special editions. One is the Venturer 39mm in white gold. There's a Venturer 43mm in steel, and there's also Endeavour Tourbillon in steel with a black coated case, DLC coated case. So there's even more contrast on the Tourbillon. Again, only with your own eyes you will really have the opportunity to understand and appreciate the depths of the black of the Vantablack. Last but not least, it's one piece that we will be launching very soon. So I'm just going to show you a little peek of what's coming. It's what we call the collaboration piece. As I said before, we are independent. We family owned and run a company, and we love to collaborate with other independents. And today we'll be launching a watch that is a collaboration piece with another brand. As you know, Moser develops and produces a lot of hairsprings for ourselves, but also for many other brands. So hairsprings are at the core of this collaboration. If you look at this particular movement, and I just brought part of it, I want to keep a little bit of a surprise. You will see this beautiful three-dimensional tourbillon. It's actually a cylindrical tourbillon. So there's a cylindrical hairspring floating on top of the movement, on top of the dial. So you can ask yourself, where would the hands, or how would the hands work without colliding with the tourbillon? Well, I'm not going to give you the answer. I invite you to come back on the platform end of May, early June, and you will discover beautiful pictures and movies of that amazing piece. Again, something that has never been done before, and I think you'll be amazed at what independent brands can actually do. With that, I've revealed a few surprises that we have for you. But that's not the end. There's many more to come. And I hope we'll see you on this platform again and again in 2020, and hopefully face-to-face in 2021, because H. Moser & Company will be part of Watches and Wonders in April in Geneva. And I hope that this combination of online and offline will continue, because I think that's the best way for us to get together, to interact, to engage each other, to discuss. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. We'll be there to answer your questions. So be safe and all the best. Thank you very much.